when you're just starting out with digital marketing and building your first strategy, you're not going to have any data whatsoever on who your actual customers are going to be. You don't know what they like, you don't know what they dislike, what their pain points are, what their approximate age are, if there's going to be mostly men or women interested in buying. And because we don't have this data, we're going to create something called a target audience persona. Now, a target audience is the person who is most likely to buy your product or service. A target audience persona is a made-up person who has all things in common with your real audience most likely to buy your product or service, like their age, their interests, their problems, their passions, etc. Having a target audience persona is so important because even if you have no data whatsoever, it helps you understand what your audience is looking for, what their problems are, and what their needs are. And by understanding this, you know how to talk with them in order to connect with them. And connecting with your audience is the first step to making a sale. So let's go ahead and create our target audience persona. All we're going to do is start off by going back to our guidebook. And if you've been following from the previous lecture, which I really hope, then you should be in the My Product Details with all your product details pasted in here. And by the way, if you had a little bit too many details, there's another page here as well that you can paste information in. But just changing the sides like this, the next one is going to be target audience persona. And in this lecture, we're going to be using two prompts. This prompt is going to be to generate your target audience persona. All we're going to do is go to the guidebook and select all of this text. Then I'm just gonna copy it, move back to ChatGPT, and in the same conversation, we don't create new conversations. We keep all of the same subject within the same conversation. I'm just gonna go in here and I'm going to paste that all in. Now the text is going to say, act as an expert digital marketer. Please provide a comprehensive target audience persona for a digital marketer selling, and then we're going to put in our product. And in my case, that's blue light blocking glasses. And then it's going to say, include the following information. And this is where we get really deep. It's going to include demographics, geographic location, psychographics, professional background, pain points and challenges, goals and aspirations, shopping habits and preferences, media consumption, influencers and decision makers, brand perceptions and preferences, and assume no prior audience data is available, which it isn't to us at this moment because we're starting from scratch. And base the persona on general market trends and consumer behavior for this type of product. At the end, give me a suggestion for different niches to target to best sell this product. Now, in other words, we are creating a fictional character. It's much better than instead of me sitting here spending days Googling, going through reviews, trying to build a picture of who's most likely to buy this product. I'm going to allow ChatGPT, who has millions and trillions of data points on basically everything in the world, I'm going to allow that AI that is much smarter than I to make the assumptions for me. At the end of the strategy, when we use Google Analytics, I'm going to show you how we can get real data and then start updating our target audience persona with some real data. So now I'm going to hit enter. Once ChatGPT has generated all the information, just pause this lecture, read it through properly, and create an image in your mind of who this person is. Okay, you read it all? Amazing. Now remember, this is all fictional, and while ChatGPT has the ability to give you misinformation, so do you. So what I want you to do is scroll all the way to the bottom and see where it says suggestions for niches to target. This is where it gets interesting. I have 4 suggestions. Remote workers and freelancers who spend long hours on digital devices, gamers, professionals in tech-heavy industries such as IT and design, and health-conscious individuals who value self-care. It's going to be completely up to you which niche you decide to go into, but you need to make sure that you go into a niche, because I promise you, if you take your product, whatever it is, or if it's one of these demo products, there's going to be another store out there who is already selling it, and because they're a much bigger store than you, they're going to sell it cheaper than you, and they're going to reach more people than you, and you cannot compete with that. You can compete by making your product niched, by selling it towards a very specific set of people. For example, blue light blocking glasses for gamers. If you're a gamer, gamer, you're going to be much more interested in buying blue light blocking glasses from a website focused on gamers than just from any glasses store who are just selling glasses, because that is more targeted towards them. So scroll all the way down and choose one of the niches. Pause this video if you need to, and once you've decided, unpause. Okay, so if you're all done, all I'm gonna do is move over to the guidebook, and we're going to move over to the second prompt. Now with the second prompt, we're actually going to update our target audience persona with the niche that we have chosen. So just below here, I'm going to copy this text just like this, head back, I'm gonna paste it in, and then I'm going to go here where it says gamers who are exposed to screens for extended times. I'm going to copy all of this, and where it says niche, I'm going to paste it in. I'm just gonna make some space here for formatting, just because it's easier for my eyes to see what I'm doing. Then I'm gonna paste in the target audience persona without the target niches. So everything above suggestions for niches target, I'm gonna scroll up, I'm gonna grab all of this information all the way up to where it says persona. I'm gonna copy it. Then I'm going to hold shift, enter in order to make some spaces, paste it in just like this, and then I'm gonna hit enter. Once you've generated all the information, you can tell you now have a very different persona. The new persona is called Gamer Gary. The first persona I got up here was called Tech Savvy Taylor, which is a funny name. This one, the Tech Savvy Taylor, the one without a niche, had an age of 25 to 40 and an income of 50 to 100,000 per year. Now the new target audience persona has an age that is 18 to 35 and an income of 30,000 to 80,000 per year. So as you can see, the entire persona has been changed based on the niche that we're now using for it. So what I want you to do is once again pause this lecture and read through all of the text, because this is who we're communicating with for the rest of the strategy, for building our website, writing articles, product pages, and doing all of our selling, whether it's by email campaigns or emailing directly with the customers. This is our target audience persona, the person most likely to buy our product or service. So once you've read it through, what I want you to do is to copy about half, which I'm going to assume just roughly right now is at about the pain points right here. I'm going to grab all of that just like this. I'm going to copy it and move to the guidebook. And where it says target audience persona, I'm going to move to the next page and the next one, because here we have my target audience persona where we can paste it in. Now these are two separate blocks. So what I'm going to need to do is that I'm first going to click here and paste all of this in and make sure that it fits. So it's all the way down to pain points. I'm gonna head back, and then I'm going to grab the rest, goals and aspirations, grab all this info, copy it, move back and paste it in right here, and just make sure that everything fits. Now we can spend a little bit of time to just format it better. So right now, for example, it's easy to see if we have demographics there, geographic locations, psychographics like this, etc. It's not important, but it's something that you can do because it's just easier to read. Make sure that when you pasted it all in, that you go up to file and click on save. You want to make sure that you have all of this information saved in your guidebook. We're going to be using this for the rest of the strategy. In the next lecture, we're going to start looking at our competitors to see what their weaknesses are and how we can exploit those weaknesses and turn them into our strengths in order to stand out from our competitors. See you